Hello, Ray Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Spyro for Year of the Dragon Part 32. We've completely cleared every homeworld in this game, so we're going to go to the final homeworld of the game. We're going to take on the final boss, the Sorceress. This is something this whole entire game has been building us up towards. The battle against the Sorceress, dishing out justice towards that freak that wants to rid the entire world, the entire universe of dragons. She wants to make dragonkind extinct, or extinct is what it says. She's guilty of war crimes, essentially, and we're gonna give her her punishment. We're gonna fight against her, mess with the dragon, feel the burn. Oh, Spyro's definitely living up to his word in this game. Because she is definitely gonna feel the burn from Spyro. He flamed Nasty Nork, he torched Ripto, and this freak's gonna be no different. This evil sorceress. Sorceresses are almost always evil in things that they're in, and this game just forever proves that. I don't think there's anything more to get in this homeworld. Let's go fight the final boss. Let's go take on the sorceress and, dish out some justice. some well-deserved justice. The adventure continues. This game really likes to, give you the dramatic effect of saving your game before we finally get to fight the boss. We get to look at that nice scenic vista of the Midnight Mountain world. There we go. Agent 9 is going to be helping us in this fight by shooting down the balloons that have these magical things that form into magical things we can drive, so we can use them to go against the sorceress. Here's the sorceress in all her glory, throwing that wand around and sending out plasma blasts and blasts of all sorts of bizarre made-up energy stuff that they probably just made up right there on the spot for this game. I remember the sorceress seemed very intimidating to me as a kid. Not! I just defeated her in only one go the first time I ever played. No, seriously, the first time I ever played this boss fight back in 2012, I didn't have any failed attempts at all with this boss. I just killed her in one hit. It was pretty easy. And yet, I remember going on YouTube back in 2012 to watch videos about this, or just read YouTube comments to show what people have to say. It just goes to show how little times have changed. I was obsessed with YouTube comments back in 2012. And I still like to read them to this very day. To this very day, they're still a big part of what makes YouTube what it is. And the impression I definitely got from this was a lot of kids used to be traumatized by this battle. Just go and just defeat so many innocent kids that play this game to a point where all these kids just become scared of video games in general and never want to touch a video game again. They're scared the sorceress is going to somehow invade that game, and every time you play the game, you're just going to be forced to have to fight the sorceress again, regardless of what game it is. Even if it's a game like Ape Escape or something like that. She's going to somehow find her way into it, and you're going to have to fight her in it. She infests every game there is. That's what people get the idea from, considering how ruthless and powerful she is. So then a guy just come along, first time ever playing for this game back in 2012, never played this game before. Of course, it wasn't the first Spyro game I ever played before. I did beat Spyro's 1 and 2 prior to this. So I go in, and I give a good show. I give a good act towards this against the sorceress. And in one attempt, I defeat her. I kill her. I just show no mercy. I don't show any mercy, and I get her killed. I'm like Obi-Wan Kenobi going against General Grievous in Star Wars Episode 3, and I just give him a good taste of his medicine. No nonsense, no bullcrap, and I win. And yet, he murdered so many other innocent Jedi before that were, probably that may have been more powerful than Obi-Wan, and yet he just killed them like it was nothing. And that's what I'm gonna do to the sorceress. And thankfully, when I played for this game now, I'm pretty much doing a reenactment of what I did to the sorceress in 2012. I obviously never recorded that. I didn't record game footage at all back in those days. So I'm going to do the best and give you all the next best thing. I'm doing a reenactment of the battle. I'm just trying to do exactly what I did back in 2012 and giving you all the same theatrical and the same impressive theatrical experience all right here, right now. Spyro versus the sorceress. And right now the sorceress seems to be winning. But thankfully this game likes to give health refills to us a lot. This game is very generous of health refills. You wouldn't expect a game that's known for being this challenging to give you so much, to be so liberal with health refills, but it is. She's going to continue to keep throwing her stuff around, flailing her arms around like she's Star Wars kid, flailing his Donatello lightsaber around, and doesn't know that people are filming this. I don't know, maybe someone did film my fight for back in 2012, and maybe that footage is lost media somewhere. Yeah, that'd be pretty scary if I went for some some video archives or something like that, and then I suddenly found some footage of me playing Spyro 3 that I didn't even know existed from way back in the day. Yeah, that's the only proof I have. I don't even have the save file for that anymore, because I did it on my PS3, so I just got a PS3 shortly before I got Spyro 3 for the first time ever. Yeah, I didn't have a PS3 until 2012, and this is like one of the first games I ever like played through in its entirety on the PS3 was Spyro 3, and boy, what an experience that was. Seeing the PS3 in all of its glory, and yet somehow it just doesn't do as great of a job of emulating PS1 games. What do you expect? It's PS3. Do you really think it was a great system to use to play PS1 games? It was kind of good for Spyro 3 for the most part. And it definitely wasn't really... I mean, I definitely saw some bunch of areas where there were emulation flaws and whatnot, but I still managed to beat the Sorceress on my first attempt. And then that memory card, that virtual memory card in the PS3 eventually became corrupted, and I had to get Sony to fix it back in 2018. I didn't think they still serviced PS2s in 2018, but apparently they did. I was gonna go and fry down this Sorceress, just keep blasting her. She likes to just stay on this one platform. She's not gonna like try to destroy the ground below and try to make herself form into some weird creature like what Ripto did, then leave us in an air battle over her. I guess I figured out we already done that in Spyro 2. Here's an egg. It's probably gonna have the coolest name ever. It's George. I guess George is the coolest name ever. If you ever want a cool name to name someone, just name them George. What's a better name than that? In this magical world, when it suddenly spawned right, I knew exactly where to launch, and then the Sorceress is coming out again. Yeah, she can survive the lava. I'm pretty sure Ripto could survive lava too, because there was some cutscene or some bonus scene in Spyro 2 that shows he survived falling into the lava. I don't know if that's actually what happened or not, but it seems to be deja vu. Yeah, the scene is called deja vu. It's like the game's being self-aware now. It's like the game realizes that it's very similar to the original, and it's being self-aware now. It's a self-aware moment. Yeah, it's openly acknowledging the fact that this game is very similar to the original Spyro the Dragon, and just throwing it right in our face. And it's not even trying to hide anything anymore. It figured out, why are we going to play the hiding game now? Might as well just go and explicitly tell them that. Even joked about, oh, do you want to go on a vacation to the Dragon Shores? Yeah, I remember Dragon Shores from Spyro 2, remember that? Oh, that was epic and legendary. But I don't think there's any kind of Dragon Shores in this game. You should go put in Spyro 2 then if you want to play the Dragon Shores. Oh, look, a familiar face. Oh, I just love it when games do this. They just take characters that appeared in the last installment. We completely forgot they existed in this game. They were never mentioned at all until right now where we suddenly see them show up and it's like, oh, I forgot you existed. Oh yeah, I remember you guys from the last game. I forgot you existed. And it's like suddenly like, oh, look, you're here. Yeah, Laura Friz visiting from Avalar, visiting the Dragon Worlds. And the professor apparently tried to go to the Dragon Worlds too. I can imagine the professor would end up in like some of the levels from the original Spyro. It almost seems like this is stuff he shouldn't have known about because he wasn't in the original Spyro. He didn't know about Spyro. I mean, he wasn't in that game. He was introduced in Spyro 2. Yeah, you're selling there's a Rhinoc over there, so you'll go trigger happy and go murder the Rhinoc. Yeah, he's still wondering where Hunter is. Hunter ran off somewhere. Did he get captured again by the Sorceress? And of course, Laura wants us to go visit her in Avalar. You know, she has a thing for Spyro. She downright kissed Spyro at the end of Spyro 2. She probably wanted to do it again at the end of this game. Maybe she thought it wasn't as justified because she wasn't really impacted at all by the events of Spyro 3. Since Spyro 3 is not set in Avalar, it's set in one of the Dragon Worlds. Just knocked his head into there, stuck into the wall. Probably a way to hide from the truth, maybe. Yeah, hiding the truth. People go to extremes to hide the truth. They're all trying to hide the truth. Yeah, we definitely didn't. There's no way we did hear anything from her. One less noble warrior. Looks like we lost a warrior, a great warrior, and he fell victim to the curse of love. He's going to be committed to her now. They're probably not going to be seeing him around much anymore. He's going to be too busy smooching off his girlfriend, so he can't really do heroic acts as much anymore. leaving Spyro to be the only one doing all the heroic acts. Just like it was in the original Spyro, when Spyro didn't have any of these friends yet. Remember those days? Spyro managed to save the Dragon Realms single-handedly. I don't really count Sparks' help, because Sparks didn't really do jack in that game. She's like, come on, let's go watch the show. And Sparks likes to fly right into the center of the screen, implying that Sparks was secretly the main character all along. He's also trying to implicitly remind you too, there's still one more level where you get to play as me in this game. That's right, Sparks, there is one more level left in this game where you get to play as you. I don't think it's possible to play it before fighting and defeating the Sorceress. But no, we've done that. We definitely can go and do that level and do the bonus levels too. It's showing us the ending credits of the game, where it does the same thing it's done for the last two Spyro games. It plays the ending credits theme to the Spyro games, and known music that's considered to be the theme, the ending credits theme of the Spyro. It's the same music in Spyros 1 and 2 for the end credits. Well, it shows the camera flying through all the different levels, or some of the levels of the game, reminding us of where we went to before and what kinds of places we've seen before. Like, yeah, remember when you went here? It's showing us all the familiar names we've known from all the people that worked on this game. Kudos to them. They all did an awesome job at this game. They all deserve credit for what they've done. They put this masterpiece of a game together. You know, a lot of hotels come with Bibles sometimes in them. Those same hotels should supply little portable game consoles that just play Spyro free on them. They'll be separate from your phones. If your phone ever broke or something like that, you can still play Spyro free. No excuses. There's a little handheld device that specifically only plays Spyro free. Sounds like the best portable device ever. Device dedicated to Spyro free. And then people are probably going to try and do stuff to it, like maybe, modify it or stuff so they can play other games too. Like that McDonald's McNugget that they made years ago where had Tetris on it, and someone made it run NES emulators. Yeah, imagine that, getting an NES emulation machine in your Happy Meal. Sounds like one of the best McDonald's Happy Meals ever. I got it in my McDonald's Happy Meal. It sounds like a joke, too. Like that time I asked my cousin where she got these things from. She's like, oh, I got it in my McDonald's Happy Meal. I can imagine her going on saying, oh, and I got it with chicken McNuggets made with white meat, low-fat milk, and apple slices. Back when McDonald's used to milk themselves as being obsessed with that specific combo, that specific thing. And then Burger King really like to milk themselves too. They sell macaroni and cheese, Kraft macaroni and cheese for sale at Burger King. It's better than a burger. Citation needed. Just listing all the voices. I think Neil Ross was the voice of Moneybags in this game. I think he was also the guy who voiced the computers from Gremlins 2. That computer voice that spoke over the Clamp Cable Network, if I'm not mistaken. I still consider it to be the greatest movie ever. Gremlins 2. I used to watch that movie a lot, and I'd play Spyro 2. Yeah, it was a summer of the twos. Spyro 2, and then Gremlins 2. And then I remember the week after I first saw Gremlins 2, I saw Dunstan Checks In, which is a movie I still haven't seen again since then. Will it ever become my, will it ever be a movie I watch again? Yeah, I don't know. I remember this level. It's a Scorch level. No, it's not the Scorch level. It's that Tomb Raider parody level. This looks a lot like Scorch to me from Spyro 2. Spyro 2 did it first. Yeah, I remember most of these folks. Mostly all the same folks I knew before I played all the other games. This is at like a Western level, Wild West level where we were Agent 9 and we had to go. Oh, look, Bruce Cochran was one of the QA supervisors. I remember him. There's a Twisted Metal character named after him, and he tested a lot of games that Sony published. Bruce Cochran. I guess people consider him to be a hero because there's a Twisted Metal character named after him. Just going over all the people who worked on this game, testers. They used to say that if you want to be a good game tester, imagine playing your most hated game every day for 30 days. I wish I could do that challenge, but being a tester is very different nowadays. I don't think that would work in today's world. And I have a full-time job right now. I have other commitments and stuff too. I don't think I'd be able to realistically do that. But most other people wouldn't be able to realistically do that anyways, or wouldn't be able to do that either. So there we go, special thanks. Wonder what these people did that gave them a special thanks. Part of the fact they got their name in one of the greatest games ever made, an absolute masterpiece of a game. The pinnacle of what Spyro could possibly be. Sure, I like Spyro 2 a little bit more, but this game is still, still a classic. It's still a masterpiece of a game. Ooh, there's even extra special thanks, because a regular special thanks just wasn't enough. Oh yeah, I remember this level, the Cloud Spires, the true first level of the game. At least I played it as if it were the first level in the game. I remember jumping those accordion things and sent energy into that sun thing, and oh yeah, I remember this and trying to jump over these and glad. We hope you have enjoyed the Spyro trilogy. There you go, you've heard it right there. We've had 4 great fun sleepless years creating it. That's where Insomniac Games got their name from. You can find us at www.insomniacgames.com. Yeah, even they knew they don't really want to make any more Spyro games. As far as I'm concerned, this is the last Spyro game ever made. I like to keep it that way. Nothing else exists. Just those 3 games, and that's it. Ray Phoenix, signing out.